Hi, my name is Lynne Strober. I'm co-chair of the Matrimonial and Family Practice Group at Mandelbaum Barrett. It's nice to talk to you today. If you're thinking about divorce or have a post-judgment problem or are not married but have a problem with your relationship that requires legal attention, what can be done if you're concerned about privacy? Perhaps you're a public person. You are in the neighborhood and don't want anybody to know what's going on. You're concerned about business or other financial information or personal behavior issues within your family. Maybe you have a pending criminal action. You have children. Maybe you are being investigated or at risk of criminal charges. Perhaps you are in government or politics, or faced with complex facts, or have unusual circumstances in your case. What can you do about privacy, and what can we do for you? We can have an NDA executed. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. It is a negotiated document that is signed by the parties and their attorneys, and it remains in effect and prevents disclosure at any time, and it lives on even after the divorce. In certain circumstances, we can seal your court file so it is not subject to review by individuals not connected with the case. We can also steer your case to mediation. Mediation is the resolution of your case by way of negotiation with a mediator who helps facilitate resolution. That is out of the court purview and is private. We can also steer your case to arbitration, which is an out-of-court proceeding, the same as a court proceeding, although it too is private. It allows for an out-of-court trial or determinations that are made that are binding on the parties, versus mediation where the mediator makes recommendations, but those recommendations are not binding. Those are two approaches that help us keep your information private. We are committed to privacy at this firm. We do not issue press statements until there is a substantial discussion with the client and the client wants it. Probably the client would have to insist upon it before we would do it. But it's the decision that belongs to the client after being fully discussed. But remember, if your case is in the public purview, and there is discussion publicly, it is harder to resolve the case as it increases polarization between the parties. It's that old tit for tat that causes people to go back and forth and escalate the situation, particularly if there's a feeding frenzy in the press. We see that in the news, and it's my view, it's almost always absolutely not helpful. It can destroy a person's political career. It can just create investigations into situations. These are private issues, and they belong being resolved with the help of your attorney. We work at preserving dignity and boundaries. You have enough on the table to deal with all the issues that come up with a divorce. You don't need the public issues on top of it. The most important people in your divorce are your children, and they are entitled to have your issues and the spillover as it relates to custody determinations kept private. The last thing in the world your children need is to go to school and have people at the school or in the neighborhood know about their parents' circumstances. Sometimes there is already an invasive act when you have a police department come to your house because there's a potential problem. But we need to work as hard as we can to make sure that your children's parents, the two of you, get divorced or deal with your problems if you're not married but you have your children in a way that is private and maintains as much dignity as possible. You don't want the neighbors knowing what's going on, the press knowing what's going on. Our goal is to work with you to make sure that the children are not impacted to the extent at all possible. Privacy and confidentiality provide for open communications and negotiations and allow for the free flow of information between the client and the attorney. You may want to share aspects of your relationship that are atypical or could cause problems if there was an investigation. Perhaps all your income is not reported. Perhaps there are other issues. There is a sense of relief when you know that you can talk to your attorney and the attorney-client privilege controls and the information is not going anywhere. Our goal in every case is for confidentiality to help build trust for our clients. We are looking to resolve your case without sensationalism or notoriety because we believe that is best for you. It doesn't help in your life for the most part. Our firm requires that all employees sign an employment agreement that they will not disclose any information in any file at any time. As a result, you don't know some of the people that I've represented or some of the issues that have arisen because it's best for my clients. We hold your personal information to be sacred. It is important that handling your case not cause more problems for you. Our responsibility, first and foremost, is to help you.